where do we need to reframe in order to break unhealthy spending habits and build better ones? Listen to these numbers. According to researchers at Duke University, habits account for about 40% of our behaviors on any given day. Buy into that wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Consider your take-home salary. If unhealthy habits account for 40% of your money, how much money are you wasting every year because of bad habits? Even though consumers, 74% of them, say they have a budget, 79% of them fail to follow it. That's according to CNBC. And on average, Americans spend $18,000 a year on non-essentials. I think this word budget is really the easiest jumping off point when you talk about unhealthy spending habits, because it is something that, as those numbers point out, guys, people say they have, and maybe they've thought about the inflow and the outflow of their cash flow, but I think from my experience personally in the client meeting room, very few people have even attempted to create a budget, or if they did, they didn't stick to it.
You know, even if the people who are on top of their cash flow, we'll say it that way, even if they don't have a budget down to the penny on everything, the people who are on top of their cash flow are frankly the ones that we see enjoying life the most. For one thing, when they go on a vacation, they're not worried about how much it's going to cost them 6 months down the road when they're still paying it off on their credit card bills. They've saved for it, they've planned, they've been intentional, and so that really makes a big difference. And there's actually a quote I wanted to share with you guys. This is from James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits. He says, "The people who don't have their habits handled are often the ones with the least amount of freedom." So I would say that in reference to a budget or cash flow, however you want to label it, if you don't have that under control, you don't have as much freedom as you could have. And most people who don't use a budget look at it as something that would be very restrictive. But frankly, I'll tell you personally, it's very liberating instead of being restrictive.